Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. And hey ladies and gentlemen, I am testing out the X Factor radio show. And we're going to be broadcasting live at least once a day on Blog Talk Radio. And we are going to live stream it directly to YouTube. Now, I'm trying to work out some of the kinks in this broadcast, so if anyone wants to jump on with us, you have an on-the-air call-in number. It's right on your screen right now. Now that will give you the opportunity to call in, speak directly with me, and we're going to be getting the doctor in here in a little while. But I want to go ahead and test this out. So if anybody out there wants to join in on the radio show, you can call in at area code 516-418-5756. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, earlier today, myself and the doctor, we were looking at a lot of different information that was coming in, you know, based on Dr. Robert Harrington's research, you know, and this goes back very far. I mean, late 70s, to tell you the truth. And just give me 1 second. Yeah, a lot of this information that we were looking into, this goes all the way back to Dr. Robert Harrington, and we're gonna continue to investigate some of this information with Dr. Robert Harrington. The reason why is today I was sent a photograph from the Soho coronagraph, the C2. And the photograph is almost identical to the planets, or the planet of the crossing. And this goes all the way back to the Sumerian tablets, Zacharias Sitchin, you know, the whole 9 yards. And I thought it was very interesting that someone captured this type of formation on the Soho coronagraph, the C2. It was very, very interesting. You know, I haven't mentioned a lot about the planet Nibiru or the Nemesis solar system in a very long time, because I've been so in depth in, you know, researching what is happening to our sun, investigating what is going on around our sun. And I'm going to be quite honest, I have lost track of a lot of the information because I've been so tuned in on what's happening to our sun. And I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and start moving further and further into the deep past. The very deep past. Myself and the doctor, we're gonna go right back to the beginning, because now all of a sudden, you know, some things are making sense and some things aren't. You know, and the doctor wasn't very familiar with a lot of the past history with the, you know, the Nemesis solar system, the planet Nibiru. So you know, right now there are some big problems with the provider of this live stream. I don't even want to mention their names, their name, but we'll just call them YT. So I'm sure you guys can figure that out. You're on this platform right now, YT. I mean, you can't even mention their name. They're flagging videos left and right. So we're not gonna mention the name YouTube. But YouTube is great. YouTube is beautiful. That's about all I'll say about them. But anyways, I wanted to make sure that I have a good, clear sound coming through on the live stream. Going on with our live stream provider, it seems like there's a shutdown on the wave of information. So I just wanted to jump on here briefly and test the new Blog Talk Radio out. So can everybody hear me clearly? Just, you know, give me a heads up in the live chat. Let me know that you could hear everything clearly. Now, this is also going to give everybody an opportunity to call in, have a chance to speak with myself, have a chance to speak with the doctor. And I think it's going to give us a big opportunity to start hearing more and more from all of you. Okay, so you guys are saying that you could hardly hear me. Okay, because I could read the chat. So this was just a test. This is why I wanted to jump on here. So some people can hear me loud and clear, or some people can't. Let's see if we can make some adjustments. So how's that, everybody? Can you hear me a lot better? Just try to turn the volume up. I want to go ahead and try to get all of the kinks out of this this Blog Talk Radio. Like I said, it's the first time that I've used it, and I have uploaded many pre-recorded shows, and they were basically the live streams that myself and the doctor had. And we were uploading those as an MP3 format. And one of the reasons why I'm going to be making a push towards using the Blog Talk Radio show more, it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. You know, they're blocking the flow of this information worldwide. And if you just stop and think to yourself, why in the hell would they do this? You know, if there wasn't anything to worry about, nothing, you know, this was just all pure entertainment, why would they bother blocking the information into all of these countries in Europe, all of these countries in the Middle East? Everywhere they're trying to block the information. They're trying to block my channel and many others. I mean, it's coming to the point where you don't have the freedom of speech anymore. You know, I was thinking today, and going back through all of the videos that I've made over the past year, I think it's over 1,050. And there are so many videos with really eye-opening information, pictures and videos and reports. Literally over 1,000 videos. And I know, you know, probably the majority of you have never seen any of those videos going back to August, September, October, November, January. Now, there's a lot of information going back. You know, there were days where I was so busy, I was making 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos a day because there was so much information pouring in. But now, our live stream provider has made it so difficult to keep the information coming to you. Let me tell you, and let me ask you, I'm going to tell you, I think this is very odd. Now, do you folks really like the idea of critical information being held from you? I mean, I think that just sends up a red flag immediately. Just a little old thing, like a video, like a live stream, you know. So if you're sitting in, let's say, for instance, Bulgaria, you can't hear me. You can't see me. You have no access to this information. If you live in India, France, Italy, Russia, Canada, the UK, Scotland, Ireland, Germany, Poland, you can't hear me. You can't see these videos. You can watch a cooking show on the live stream provider. You can watch a kitty cat video. But you can't see critical information that is related to our planet, what is happening, the investigations that are being conducted. You can't see it. It's really starting to make me wonder what are the time frames? Why all of a sudden the big push to shut down information around the world? Now, I know here on the Blog Talk Radio, they don't have that censorship. Right now, this broadcast is worldwide. If there are people tuning in right now, they are in every country. Every country. You know, a lot of the soundtracks that I had uploaded for many, many months now of our live streams with the doctor. I have a very similar analytics with the X Factor radio show, similar to what YouTube gives you. And it lets me know exactly how many people are listening to me per country. And as I was looking over a lot of those analytics, I noticed that people all over the world were able to hear me. Now, like with YouTube, you don't have a video that you can see. But I am able to upload slideshows that will be presented on the actual X Factor Radio Blog Talk site. So whenever you come to this radio show and you click on the link and you start listening while we're live, or you can go back and listen to any episode that you want. I'll try to work it out where if we have photographs and reports and things of that nature, I'll see how I can work that so you can actually see it. But you know, just talking to all of you is very important. And I want to get things situated where you'll be able to call directly in. Now, a lot of you can dial the telephone number from your cell phone, or if you're sitting at your computer and you know how to use your Google telephone, or go into your email and go down to I think it's the lower left hand corner, or just Google it. Google how to set up your Google telephone, and you can actually call into the X Factor radio show that we're holding, and you can be a guest, and we can hear about your observations. We could hear your opinions, what you think is going on. I mean, the hell with this live chat. Like I said, I want to hear your voices. You hear mine daily. And, it's hard for me to follow the chat and do a live stream and all of that at the same time. Even though I have multiple computers around me, it's still hard to pay attention. So, in the days to come, I'm going to continue to work with this Blog Talk Radio, and maybe we hold a couple of live streams a day talking about the information that's coming in. Because I'll be quite honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, the eclipse, that event on August 21st is just running rampant through the internet, across YouTube, across Facebook, Twitter, talking about how fake it was. I got a few emails from people that I've never heard of before. And I'll be honest with you, I think they were just fake emails. And they were telling me, oh, why are you telling the people that this was fake or this was a hoax? I saw it perfectly fine. But, I didn't get any pictures with those emails. They were just kind of weird emails, But yet, so far, I have over 11,000 emails that I don't even know how I will get to, but I guess I'll have to work through it. But as I go through these emails, more and more and more people are telling me that what they saw, what they visualized, in no way, shape, or form could have been real. I find that kind of odd. And then whenever you run through YouTube and you start looking at all of the videos pertaining to the eclipse, that's pretty much all you see. And then I got a notification from our live stream provider this morning that I live streamed the whole eclipse. I live streamed the whole thing, just like a bunch of other people did. I get a notification that they demonetized that video after 2.5 days. And it was on NASA TV, and they were saying that this is not advertiser friendly. But yet I have the same video up on my other channel and the doctor's channel, and there was nothing wrong with that. So what I'm trying to say, folks, is they're definitely trying to target my main channel, the Nibiru channel. There's no doubt about it. You know, I have 58,000 subscribers, but where are they? Where are they? They're not on YouTube. You know, I get emails all the time, people telling me, wow, I thought you took a vacation. I haven't received a notification from your channel for 3 weeks. I go back to your channel and I see that there are 35 videos that I missed. What country are you in? Something's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Something definitely is happening. I'm starting to see this big push with the shutdown of information, false flags being created, and now this whole entire situation with this eclipse. The flat earthers are going crazy over it. Anybody related to Planet X, Nibiru, they're going crazy with it. And then your regular, everyday, run-of-the-mill people that just simply have their own little YouTube channel. They haven't uploaded anything to it, but yet now, you know, they're all starting to upload these videos of what they filmed with the eclipse. And again, if you listen to their commentary, they're telling you that what they saw was impossible. You know, and again, all these people, they're not seasoned astronomers, you know, with degrees on the wall, but they have common sense. They know what they saw, and a lot of them took pretty good pictures. I've been looking at loads of them over the past 2 days. And then I had one gentleman with really good telescopic equipment, and he took some really good high definition photographs, and I mean close up. And I'm going to put those into a live stream video, and we're going to talk about them for a few minutes. I might do that maybe sometime tomorrow morning, you know, and it will be uploaded and processed as a video. But I'm going to show you what he showed me. And the black disc that passed in front of the sun and his high definition video, I got to tell you, I mean, he mentioned the words CGI in his email, and he also mentioned the words holograph. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, it's already been pretty publicized that, you know, so-and-so does have the capability of very, very high definition holographic imagery. But how would they pull this off? And why? That's the big question. How and why? I mean, that's got me losing sleep, man. It's got me losing sleep. I don't know, folks. What do you think? Do you actually think that was a natural eclipse that we saw? Or do you think they tried to fool us and they did a good job at it? We're going to be getting into it. Myself and the doctor are going to be doing a regular live stream on YouTube shortly, in about 30 minutes. And we're going to be talking about the CME, that big one that occurred, I think it was like the 22nd, 23rd of July. That big one that was on the back side of the sun. You know, one of my fellow Planet X researchers who's been at this just as long as me hypothesized that during that CME, well, what created it was something that impacted on the backside of the sun. Now, I did receive an email correspondence from him pertaining to this. And I'm going to have to say that, you know, during that time I was very busy with everything that was going on, and I didn't think much of it. And then, yesterday, late in the evening, I just happened to be looking at some of the stereo and Secchi imaging, and I was looking at one of the views of the sun, and it's in a real nice electric blue color. And we're now able to get images from the backside of the sun according to where the satellite telescopes, the probes are, and where the Earth is situated. We're actually getting some of these views. And then all of a sudden, something just hit me. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when that CME, or excuse me, when that sunspot came back around for the second view, there was that real big, gigantic, round blemish. And myself and the doctor, we did a live stream about it. We talked about it. We showed it to you in high definition. And then yesterday, when I was looking at this other imaging, it was to the backside of the sun once again. And I still see this huge round blemish. That's what I call it, a blemish on the backside of the sun. It is right where this CME occurred. So I started analyzing it. And what's the first thing I noticed? All of the missing time. All of the missing time. Do you folks hear me? They deleted a lot of the information pertaining to what occurred that day on the backside of the sun with that supposed coronal mass ejection. Or was it a coronal mass ejection? Or was it an impact of an object? Not talking about a comet here. It almost seems like a big splash. Folks, remember when I told you, just think about, you know, a bucket of water. Standing over the bucket of water and dropping a pebble into the water. And I was referring to tsunamis and asteroid hits into the ocean. What do you think it would look like if something impacted the sun? Had a collision with the backside of the sun. Now, we're talking about maybe, I don't know, an object that might be maybe a little bit bigger than Jupiter. I don't know what the size of it is because they deleted the footage. But yet some of the high definition photographs that I was able to capture yesterday, it kind of shows that ring formation, like you would drop a pebble in a bucket of water, and those reverberating waves and splashing out. But why delete the footage? I don't get it. It's missing everywhere. And now the sun has a big black eye. Where did it come from? Did it come from the CME, or did it come from something else? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this blemish, this mark on the sun is massive. Massive. We're going to be getting into that. I'm going to show you the photographs that we captured, myself and the doctor, yesterday, in depth into this, trying to figure it out. Hey, you know what? I don't really care if people think that I am crazy. Because the bottom line is, with the deleted footage already, well, you can't prove me wrong. You know what, you're going to kick me in the teeth because I have a theory? I'm asking questions. Oh, that's what it is. I'm asking too many questions. I'm bringing too much light to other people to awaken. And maybe tens of thousands, maybe millions of people will start asking the same questions. What occurred that day on the backside of the sun? Was it an impact, or was it just a regular CME? I guess we'll never know, but we could take a look at the pictures. We could talk about it while we still have that right. Because it seems like that right is diminishing rapidly. And then myself and the doctor, we're going to get into digging back into Robert Harrington. You know, people say that the whole Robert Harrington, Zecharia Sitchin, the whole story behind these two guys has been debunked thoroughly. But I've never seen anything debunked about either one of these gentlemen. Now, even though, Zecharia Sitchin was just, just an author, a book writer. He came up with the whole translations of the Sumerian tablets, therefore coming up with this name of Nibiru, the planet of the crossing. And after the photograph that was captured on August 20th on the Soho C2 coronagraph, well, it clearly shows an exact shape of this little solar system that's supposed to be coming into ours. It looks exactly like a cross, with a larger spherical object in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I have the photographs. They look pretty good. We're going to go over some of that also, and we're going to talk about it. But folks, Robert Harrington, he was the chief naval astronomer. I mean, that's a pretty hefty position. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start digging into his background, going back into the late 70s, early 80s, when all of this information started to come out. We've all forgotten about a lot of that. And then by the early 90s, these two gentlemen met up, Robert Harrington and Zecharia Sitchin, and they sat down and they had a, well, I don't want to say like an interview, but a discussion. And it was videotaped. I put a video up today, one of my older videos that I did on these two gentlemen and their meeting. And all of the space probes that all of a sudden started going out in this one direction into space. What were they looking for? All of these years have gone by now. That man, Dr. Robert Harrington, Chief Naval Observatory astronomer, mysteriously died of esophageal cancer. Yeah. Boom. That's it. I had the opportunity today to read his obituary in the New York Times. But the man didn't live in New York. He lived in Virginia. Why would his obituary appear in the New York Times? The man was in perfect health. And whenever he had his interview, or his talk, his videotaped talk with Zecharia Sitchin, he didn't seem like a man who was suffering from esophageal cancer, because if you watch the video, the man sounded really good and looked in excellent shape. So I went ahead and, 9 months ago, whenever I did that video and looked into Dr. Robert Harrington, I also looked into what it would be like to be in the advanced stages of having esophageal cancer now, today. And then thinking about all the way back to 1990, 91, 92. How far along were they with esophageal cancer? Well, let me tell you something, folks. The information that I dug up back then and now clearly shows me that no man with advanced stages of esophageal cancer would have been having a talk with another individual and sounding and looking as good as Dr. Robert Harrington did that day, sitting in his office, speaking with Mr. Zecharia Sitchin. And, they were clearly comparing orbital paths in the video. And then Dr. Robert Harrington died suddenly of esophageal cancer. The man didn't smoke cigarettes. He looked pretty healthy. All of Dr. Robert Harrington's files, reports, are still sealed. Can't touch them. Can't look at them. Freedom of Information Act doesn't apply. Top secret information. Huh. Well, there you go. What's so top secret? Why can't they discuss his research? We paid for it. His salary came from United States taxpayers. So why don't we have access to that information? I truly believe that interview with Zecharia Sitchin on that day sealed the death warrant of Dr. Robert S. Harrington, Chief Naval Observatory astronomer. He seemed very candid in the video. I've watched it probably 100 times, trying to pick it apart. He looked comfortable in his discussion. No problems. He spoke clearly. No signs of esophageal cancer. I urge each one of you today, or sometime tomorrow, type in Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever browser you use. Why don't you investigate what it is, and what it means to have advanced stages of esophageal cancer? And you tell me that somebody like Dr. Robert Harrington would be able to give that interview, speak perfectly fine, not show any signs of being sick at all. And then, boom, he's gone. Files sealed, top secret. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end this live stream so me and the doctor can prepare to bring you the information about the big CME that occurred back at the end of July, and, you know, what our theories are on what exactly happened. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and continue tomorrow to work on this X Factor radio show that I have on Blog Talk Radio, and we're going to get things situated so you guys have, you know, the telephone number if you want to call in, you want to discuss something with me, you want to add something to our investigations and our research. I think that would be a fantastic idea to hear your voice. Hey, and we'll have a regular talk show. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned. Keep your eyes and your ears open, but most importantly, like I always used to say at the end of my videos, keep an eye in the sky. We'll be back shortly with our next live stream.